Brandon Lang, by the way, before you do any betting or anything like that, it's brandonlang.com. You can check that out. And Brandon, three quick topics, a little lightning round action for you. Oakley, the fight last night, which seems to be with Knicks team owner James Dolan. You know anything about that?
He has been, I've heard grumblings behind the scenes that he's not happy with the direction of the Knicks, and he's definitely not happy with Phil Jackson whatsoever. But, these diehard players, ex-Knicks, have a lot of pride in the Knicks. And back when Pat Riley was the head coach, that's when they were at their best, and they've not reached that peak since. And so Oakley, Patrick Ewing, all these guys, Mark Jackson, they gave their heart and soul. And so to see them run into the ground, and then now with Facebook and Twitter and everything going on with Phil tweeting about Carmelo, it keeps building and building.
Yeah.
Oakley's had a short temper for years, and he's not afraid to let anybody know anything. That's embarrassing, though, from my standpoint, to allow that to escalate on TV. It's pretty immature.
They ended up arresting him outside. Took him out in the first period. So next one, Syracuse. How about that buzzer beater? And is this Syracuse team for real and doing a repeat of last year?
When you understand Jim Boeheim in Syracuse from a college basketball standpoint, the 2-3 matchup zone, when the players start to get it, is one of the hardest things to execute against you'll ever play against. Simply put, he gets guys with length. He gets the exact guys he's looking for. It's not an easy defense to learn.
Yeah.
But once you learn it, it's lethal because you have to rush your shots. You have to. It's not a 2-3 zone in high school where you just catch, look, shoot. Once they get it, he does this every year. Syracuse makes runs in the tournament because of this 2-3 matchup zone and the length of it. And if they click offensively, it's a March Madness is right around the corner. Here comes the Cuse.
Yeah. And baseball, throwing this out. They're testing it in the minors. What in the hell are they thinking? Starting extra innings with somebody on second base. Did you see this?
I glanced at it. I think it's hilarious.
That's the only thing you can say is hilarious.
There is no way baseball is the one pure sport that will always remain pure. It's not like football or college football, the overtime, or the modifications in the NFL overtime. Like, for instance, I think the next modification in pro football is if the first team that gets the ball to start overtime scores a touchdown, the other team gets a chance to score a touchdown. That's coming.
Yeah.
That's
especially
100%
after this year.
coming.
Yeah.
But you think the baseball purist, because baseball is our national pastime. It is the purest of pure sports, with the exception of steroids. It's played a certain way. Replay is great for the game. Completely agree with that. Has it slowed down the game? Sure, but when you go to a baseball game, you sit down, you want to stay at the ballpark, take in the smells, and let the game last as long as possible. That's why you go to a baseball game, because it's long and it's something you can do with your son or your daughter or your family. Putting a guy at second base, never going to happen.
How about the intentional walk they're talking about getting rid of? Or what was the other one? What was the other one you pitched? There's a couple different things they're throwing out there.
I heard a proposal they wanted to go, instead of 3 strikes, you're out, 2 strikes and 3 balls. And, basically dropping by 1 for each. That was something that was considered.
Now we're trying to turn baseball into slow pitch softball. Yeah. And slow pitch softball, we're going to walk him. Slow pitch softball, you start with a 1-1 count.
Yeah.
I played a lot of slow pitch softball in my day. I kind of, next thing you know, a home run, you just run to first base. I play in a league in slow pitch softball where if you hit a home run, just run down to first base, and that speeds up the game.
Yeah.
They'll never, baseball, here's the thing, guys. Baseball, and here's why none of this is going to work on the major league level. Baseball is all the money you make is solely based on numbers. I've told you guys before, my best friend Tom O'Connell is a sports agent, got a lot of baseball players, and he negotiates contracts, and everything they do is based on your numbers. Your numbers dictate how much you get paid. You start minimizing pitches thrown, counts thrown, putting a guy on second base, now you're messing with the overall numbers of what this guy got last year because of this, and this guy's not getting this because of this. No, I don't think – I get trying to speed up the game. but you will have people up in arms
yeah.
if you try to start extra innings with a guy on second base.
Brandon, I appreciate the extra time today. Always great insight. You are the man. It's BrandonLang.com. Before you know it, we're going to be talking March Madness, and enjoy your day, man.
Listen, 22-3-2 now. Hey, listen, the year's always better when you hit that Super Bowl. That's now 3 in a row. So,
Especially like this one. All right,
really.
cool. Brandon, thanks. I appreciate it.
yeah, guys.
What must he have been thinking right around halftime when it looked like, blowout? Might as well stop watching this. Crazy. It's BrandonLang.com.